Hi there. Are you sure that you are not missing a tax refund? We'll tell you how to check it in 2026.
Hello there, and welcome. Ever get that nagging feeling that you might be paying just a little bit too much tax? Well, you are definitely in the right place. This is your 2026 guide to getting your money back from HMRC, and it's been put together by the tax experts at one of the UK's most trusted accounting firms, My Tax Accountant. We're going to break down everything you need to know, nice and simple.
Right, let's kick things off with a number that is, well, it's pretty staggering. Every single year, a huge amount of money is overpaid to HMRC. And we're not talking millions here, we're talking billions of pounds. And the really important thing to know is that this money isn't just from giant corporations. A massive chunk of it comes from ordinary people, just like you. And that leads us to the big question, doesn't it? Could some of that cash actually have your name on it? I'm sure it's a thought that crosses your mind, but let's be honest. How many of us ever actually check? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do.
So what is this money we're actually talking about? It's really easy to think of a tax refund as some kind of lottery win or a surprise bonus from the government. But let's get one thing straight right now, it's nothing like that at all.
A tax refund, at its heart, is just HMRC giving you your own money back. It happens when, for a whole load of reasons that we're about to get into, you've simply paid more tax than you needed to. This can happen to absolutely anyone, employees, the self-employed, landlords, you name it. The key thing to remember is this: it's not a windfall, it's a correction. It is your hard-earned money coming back home.
Right, so how do you know if you're one of the millions who might have overpaid? Let's walk through some of the most common situations that can lead to a refund. And as we go through them, just have a think about your own work life over the past few years. You'll want to hear this part because these scenarios catch so many people out.
Okay, first up, a classic. Have you started a new job in the last year or so? Imagine a freelance graphic designer in London. She's been working for herself, but she gets a great offer and decides to take a full-time job at an agency. It's a fantastic career move, but, it can create a bit of a mess with her taxes, at least in the short term.
So here's what happens behind the scenes. When you start a new job, your new boss might not have all your tax details right away. So just to play it safe, they put you on something called an emergency tax code. If you look at your payslip and see codes like W1, M1, or X, that's what's happening. These codes basically assume you'll earn that week's or month's pay for the entire year, and they don't account for any tax you've already paid. The result? You pretty much always end up paying too much tax until HMRC gets everything updated.
Now let's talk about the self-employed. Stay with me, this next bit is super important for almost every freelancer and sole trader. Let's picture a small cafe owner in Manchester. Last year, things were great. Business was flying. But this year, costs are up, things are a bit tougher, and her profits have dropped. She's still working incredibly hard, but she's making less money. This is a classic trigger for a tax refund.
And here's the trap. If you're self-employed, you pay your tax in advance through something called payments on account. Now that sounds a bit jargony, but it's simple really. HMRC basically takes a guess at what you'll earn this year and asks you to pay tax based on that guess. And what's the guess based on? Your profits from last year. So our Manchester cafe owner has been paying tax as if it's another boom year, but it isn't. Those advance payments are now way too high, and she's basically given HMRC an interest-free loan with our money. The great news is she can claim it all back when she files her tax return.
Okay, here's a super practical tip for anyone on a company payroll. Seriously, go and find your latest payslip right now if you can. Look for your tax code. If you see something like BR, D0, or D1, and it's been there for a while, that is a massive red flag. It means you're being taxed at a flat rate, with none of your personal tax-free allowance included. You are almost certainly overpaying tax, and you need to get onto HMRC to fix it, and fast.
Now, did you know about this one? It's a fantastic tax break that so many couples are eligible for but just don't claim. It's called the marriage allowance. Basically, if one of you earns less than the tax-free personal allowance and the other is a basic rate taxpayer, the lower earner can transfer £1,260 of their unused allowance to their partner. And what that does is reduce their partner's tax bill by up to £252 every single year.
But wait, it gets even better. If you've been eligible for a few years but never got around to claiming it, don't worry, you haven't missed out. You can actually backdate a claim for up to 4 previous tax years. Now let's do the maths. That could mean a lovely lump sum refund of over £1,250 paid straight into your bank. That is a serious amount of money to get back in one hit.
Okay, so maybe you've heard a scenario that sounds a bit like you, or you've just checked your payslip and something looks off. You're probably thinking, hang on, I might be owed some money. Great, so the next question is obvious.
How do you actually get it back? Let's break down the process. I promise, it's probably more straightforward than you think.
So, there are really two main paths to getting a refund, and it all comes down to how you pay your tax. If you're an employee or you get a pension, you're on the PAYE path, or pay-as-you-earn path. If you're self-employed, a company director, or a landlord, then you're on the self-assessment path. They're a little bit different, so let's look at the PAYE one first, as that covers most people.
For most employees, the system often spots the overpayment automatically. HMRC will send you a letter called a P800. If one of these lands on your doormat, do not ignore it. It will tell you exactly how much you're owed. The fastest way to get your money is to log into your personal tax account on the gov.uk website and claim it there. If you don't get a P800 but you still think you're due a refund, say you stopped working halfway through the year, you might need to fill out a form. Whatever you do, having your P60 and any old P45s to hand will make life much, much easier.
All right, this is the one everyone wants to know. Once I put my claim in, how long until I actually see the money? The answer, as you can probably guess, varies a little bit. Let's take a look at the typical waiting times.
And this really shows you how much of a difference your claim method makes. If you get that P800 letter and you go online to claim, it is incredibly fast. We are talking about 5 working days. It is by a country mile the best way to do it. A straightforward self-assessment refund is also pretty quick, around 2 weeks. But, and this is a big but, if you ask for a check to be sent in the post, you are looking at a much longer wait, up to 6 weeks. And for really complex tax returns, it could be 8 weeks or more. So, the lesson here is simple. Claim online if you can.
Okay, we need to have a very serious chat for a moment. Wherever there's money, sadly, there are scammers. Tax refund scams are everywhere, and they're getting cleverer all the time. Please stay with me, because knowing how to spot these could save you a world of pain.
Does this look familiar? This is a perfect example of a scam text message. It looks quite official, it even quotes a specific amount of money, and it tries to make you panic with things like Act Now. They want you to click that link without thinking. That link will not take you to the real HMRC website. It goes to a fake one designed to do one thing: steal your details.
Let's make this absolutely crystal clear. This is probably the most important slide here. HMRC will send you an official letter, a P800, in the post. They will let you claim your money safely through your official gov.uk account. But, and this is the crucial part, HMRC will never, and I mean never, send you a text message or an email out of the blue about a tax rebate. They will never ask for your bank details by text. They will never threaten you with arrest. Any message that does any of those things is a scam, 100% of the time. No exceptions.
So what should you do if you get one of these dodgy messages? Don't just delete it, report it. It really helps shut these criminals down. If it's a text, you can forward the whole message to the number 60599. It's free. If it's an email, forward it to phishing@hmrc.gov.uk. As soon as you've done that, delete the message, block the number, and forget about it. You're not just protecting yourself, you're helping protect everyone else too.
Whew! We have covered a lot of ground, haven't we? From working out if you might be owed a refund, to how to claim it, and most importantly, how to stay safe while you do it. So let's just pull all of that together into a nice, simple action plan for you to take away.
Here are your 4 key takeaways. First, check your tax code. It is the best clue you have. Second, get your documents together. Your P60s, your P45s, it just makes everything easier. Third, and this is a big one, only ever use the official gov.uk website. Never, ever click on a link in a text or an email. And finally, just be vigilant. The old saying is true. If a message about a surprise tax refund seems too good to be true, it absolutely definitely is.
Okay, before we finish up, just a very quick but important disclaimer. This information is for general guidance and it is accurate as of February 2026. But tax rules do change, and of course, everyone's personal situation is different. So, for advice that's tailored specifically to you, it's always best to speak to a professional.
And if you would like that professional help, the very people who put this guide together, the team at My Tax Accountant, are there to help. To get expert help checking your tax and claiming back anything you're owed, you can contact them directly. The phone number is 0208 570 8531, and the email is info@mytaxaccountant.co.uk.
Well, I really hope you found this guide helpful. The world of tax can feel a bit daunting, but hopefully you now feel a bit more confident to check your own situation and claim back the money that is rightfully yours. For more clear and practical guides just like this, please do subscribe to the My Tax Accountant YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching.